Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we are on Crit City again, the Bell Lap again, racing with Scott, Hunt TV. So yeah, thanks to Scott for pushing me to join this race. I wasn't planning on doing it. I saw that he was live and I thought, go on, let's give it a go. But before I start talking about the race and stuff, I just wanted to say a massive thank you for all the support that I've seen on the channel. We've managed to smash 100 subscribers. It obviously, I don't do it for the for the numbers, but it was pretty cool to see that hit 100. But yeah, let's get into the race footage now. So the Bell Lap, obviously this rolling hill is the main sort of feature. I was feeling pretty weak, I won't lie, because I didn't do any warm-up and I was pretty tired, just generally tired, not like fatigued from riding or anything. So as normal, the first lap is pretty crazy off the start. All C-Cat races seem to be the same. You can see I'm in the red and I basically try and back off as quickly as possible. Obviously I'm close to being upgraded to a B now, so I know that I have the legs to stick with the front group. But to get a decent result, I need to save as much energy as I can for that final sprint, because it always comes down to a final sprint on this course. Later on in the video, you'll see that I do try and force a split, not very successfully, not very wholeheartedly. I'm still trying to sort of learn how to sort of gauge that kind of effort to break away. I mean, I'm not breaking away from a pack this size on this short of a loop. It's just not happening. But yeah, as you can see at this point, I'm chilling on my phone. It's really not hard to hold on to the wheels of this group. I also know this route really well. It's probably my most raced route, I'd say, on Zwift. It probably is for most people. It's such a popular route, and there's not the server. The races are always pretty full, which is great. But yeah, I'm gonna skip ahead to something interesting because these hills are not interesting. Okay, so at this point I found myself pushing up the rolling hills and I'm at the front of the group, and I thought, well, I may as well capitalize on this and try and push up. So I'm sat in first place. I dropped my drafting boost. It's completely ineffective when I'm going on a breakaway. But yeah, as you can see, I try and get away. I get about 2 seconds there on the right hand side? I can't quite see it. But yeah, I basically just put in a little dig because on that final roller, I managed to get a bit of a gap and some momentum, and I tried to stay away for as long as I can. I mean, if 3 or 4 people sort of came with me, maybe it would have worked, but as you can see, the group just blobbed back up and I sort of fell back into it, so not a problem. It was a good little test for the legs. I could tell from that my final sprint was not going to be anything spectacular. So at this point I was already thinking, obviously Scott is in the race and his final sprint is, I mean, I'm not going to beat it. He can drop 1500 watts like it's nothing. So I knew I was going to have to go early and sort of stick maybe 10 watts a kilo, so 700 watts for me. 10 watts a kilo for like a good 15 seconds. That was my plan, so I just had to make sure that I stayed in this front group for one thing, which it should be a given at this point, but also is positioning. Positioning is so key on this route, because if you're too many wheels back when you go around that final corner and everyone starts sprinting, you're not going to have enough time to catch up. The final sort of 300 meters really like catches up with you, so it's key to make sure you're positioned in the top maybe 10 as you're going around those final like graffiti corners that you'll see on the screen in a second. So I've skipped ahead a few laps here, and you can see that the group is getting spread out when you go up the rollers, and if you don't keep pushing up that slight incline, you get a really strung out pack. And as you can see, I'm at the front, which is good for the positioning, but yeah, still on that front pack, and it all comes together again nice and easy. Okay, and we have moved on to the final lap now. So again, really focusing on positioning for the whole lap. If it means you have to burn some matches to stay in that front 10, it's worth doing, because you need to be in a good position for the sprint. That is like the number one thing that I've learned. But also, if you remember, I said before that, my legs aren't really there for this race, so my tactic was to go early, so that people like Scott don't just blast me on the line. But yeah, let's see how that goes. So keeping the power down on this really crucial part of the course, which is the prime. 350 watts. I don't know what watts per kilo that is, but that's pretty high. And you can see that, the front is really stretched out. Some people have gone full gas, and I'm not launching a sprint at this point because I don't have the legs for it, but I'm keeping the power constant, hoping that I can sort of draft on these lapped riders and make my way to the front. But yeah, sitting in fifth wheel right now, and this little pack forms, which is nice because I get to use some of the draft. Also, I've got the aero power up, which is essential for a good sprint finish. And yeah, again, just trying to not do as much as I can in terms of like power. So yeah, trying to sit in the wheels, nothing crazy. I always give it a little punch up this climb because you want to keep your average speed pretty high, otherwise you'll get dropped. But yeah, some guys are sort of going early, not going early, but like the pack is just like really long. I don't know, it's spread out. And so yeah, here I'm really thinking about sprinting because I wanted to go early. So yeah, drop the aero helmet before the last corner, or before this penultimate corner. 490 watts, 500 watts. I managed to get up to 10 watts per kilo for a second there. Can't hold it because I don't have the legs. But yeah, keep it up about 700 watts and cross the line. And I can't remember what I actually came in at. I think it was, what was it, second on the leaderboard. So close to a Zwift win, and I didn't get DQ'd. I was absolutely cooked. And this is only the first race of the night, so if you want to watch the second race of the night, make sure to like and subscribe, because I will be uploading that afterwards. But yeah, Zwift Power had me down as a win, which is awesome. Have never won as a CCAT race, so my first win, just as I'm going to get promoted. You can see all the power numbers up there if you're interested. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate all of the comments. Hopefully you're looking forward to another race uploaded later this week.